steht auch wieder einer. Hoppa. Oh. Wenn wir schon mal frech sein können, dann sind wir richtig frech. Und zumindest einer mit aufhalten können. Und zwei Blinde. Ein bisschen abbremsen.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first child is a Greek woman who I called Iodami after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin. So removing it exposed the sinew and muscle and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule. Somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodami to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated wing of the palace and bar the door.
Ist, glaube ich, die, ne? Wer seid ihr? Ihr seid Neavia, ne?
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that. Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace, for her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely, instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. And now I discover she started whispering to you instead. What's so special about you?
Ich komme aus der Zukunft.
What do you mean, the same voice?
So.
Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same when they whisper. But now that I think about it, they were all benevolent and seemed to share a common knowledge. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. And everything I've done here was... Wait, I see what you're doing. You're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work, then swoop in? Is that it?
Nee.
Liar! You tried to steal her away from me, And now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too. What? What are you talking about?
So,
Wait. So you're saying you weren't coming for us? So I did all this. I ruined her. For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the thought of her being like this. And in so much pain. It's the air coming into contact with her flesh. It's agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden rule and let it run its course. At least that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together. All it would take is one little cut.
so
It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry. What? How? Really? I'm not sure I believe you. But if you can undo this mess, I'll tell you what you need to know. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood? You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you, thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, I must honor our bargain. The treatment for rheumatism is willow bark. I believe there's a pot of it already in the Shrine of Apollo. Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there.
Wiedersehen,
Go.
Neavia.
And never return.
Perfekt, da weiß ich zumindest, was war das. Und dann bin ich auch mal aus dem Palast da raus. Nein, Seilrutsche. Ah, verdammt. Wo ist Lucretia? Ich muss Lucretia sprechen.
Feeling all right? You made it into the palace. Willowback, I should have known. It was under my nose the whole time. That's very helpful. Thank you. If this works, it should settle Rufius down some. I have some right here. Could you do me a favor and give him some of this? He'll just need to swallow a pinch of it. I'm hoping it will avert disaster.
Mit fein geschwabter Weine für medizinische Zwecke.
Thank you. I'm really glad.
So, ich werde jetzt gehen. Auf jetzt, alter Knorrer, wo bist du?
Name's Rufius. What business is
So,
Willowbark? And this will work? Oh, thank God. Finally, some relief. This is what I've been praying for. Maybe God hasn't abandoned me after all. Thank you. I've been in a lot of pain lately. The rheumatism, these cursed statues always watching in the crisis of faith. It was too much. Started messing with my head. This is exactly what I needed to set it straight again. I owe you one.
so.
No idea what you're talking. I think I have seen that plaque. Sorry, I lied. Can't be too careful these days. Oh.
Ah, perfekt. Kriege ich auch noch die Schlüssel. Geheimschrein.
You didn't get...
Und auf Wiedersehen. So.
Shalom. Scintilla and I were in love. And then, 22 days ago, she went missing. All right. One night I wasn't allowed out. So once, and that's when I just sat there on the roof, listening, and then she looked up and saw me, and from the moment she asked my name with this, and so for weeks on end, we'd hold hands and talk, and then one morning I woke up, all I could do was keep my... All I know is she loved me. She'd never have taken her own life. I can't prove it, but I just know she's still alive. Somebody abducted her. My guess? I have no idea where I've never seen the inside of it. But I have a feeling that if you could get... Really? I feel like I've looked everywhere. First, the palace. If Neavia... Oh, you've looked inside. The only other place you could be... I remember hearing that you...
So.
Alright, friend.
Jetzt will ich auch mal das Steine gehen, mich da hochklappen. Ne, ich habe da einen anderen Platz, wo es wurde ein Bewegung. Und ich muss euch so unten zum alten Knacker hin. So viele Routen, so viele Dinge. So, einmal die Grottos.
Ah, a visitor. Well,
Ist es?
Ah, yes. I will tell you everything I know. But first, the one thing I long for above all else before... Let us find out.
Gut.
Excellent. I see you are indeed quite a student. Now, will you join me in... Wonderful. Would you say you know the difference between right and wrong? You are an overthinker too. We're the same then. It is probably why I became a philosopher. But
So.
well, that's reassuring. And the truth is, you're not alone. You see, out there in the world, being uncertain about right and wrong was acceptable because our mistakes rarely had consequences. So we would tell lies and bend rules and turn a blind eye and rationalize, and yet still find a way to think of ourselves as good people. But under the golden rule, morality matters. The slightest wrongdoing could result in a mass execution. So to navigate this maze, we would have to be certain about the difference between right and wrong. Wouldn't you agree? So let me ask you this. Is there one system of morality which is always perfectly correct, which you could follow in every situation and always do the right thing? How can that be? Since they all have differences, it follows that in some cases they would offer different conclusions about what is right and wrong. If there is a correct moral code, then wouldn't it follow that only one can be the correct one? Ah, you know, I think you'd find an ally in Herodotus, a scribe from among my people who lived some 400 years ago. He told the story of a man named Darius, whose curiosity was piqued when he learned that a certain tribe had the practice of eating their dead. He asked some Greeks who burnt their dead, what would it take for you to eat your dead? Aghast, they replied, nothing. Then he asked the tribe who ate their dead, what would it take for you to burn your dead? Nothing, they replied, equally aghast. From this, Herodotus concluded that custom is king, that right and wrong are merely local ideas which do not survive the journey from one tribe to another. I take it you're in agreement?
Ja.
Then let me ask you this. If you visited a tribe where they ate each other, copulated with the dead and drank wine from cups made out of human skulls, would you still maintain that within such a tribe there is nothing wrong with such conduct? And that's a credit to you. It is the mark of a civilized person to change their position when presented with a superior argument. My point is this. I don't think anyone alive truly knows any hard and fast rules about right and wrong. Surely you would agree there are circumstances where an exception may be made, such as where it is necessary for self-defense or to prevent a greater evil. For any rule, you can imagine there are countless situations in which that rule may be suspended, and those situations are impossible to codify. If there is one thing I have observed about rules, it is that virtuous people do not need them, and evil people will always find a way around them. And so we must accept our limitations, and the sad truth that no human society will ever achieve the utopia for which it strives. In mathematics, we would call it an asymptote, a line that can be approached but never reached. Because the only way to create a utopia is with the ever-present threat of force, such as the Golden Rule. This and no other is the root from which a tyrant springs when he first appears as a protector. And life under tyranny is no utopia at all. I admit, I am talking a lot. Forgive me. I'm just excited to have company. In any case, thank you for humoring an old man. I would be happy to answer you.
Okay.
You mean, how did I end up living alone in this cave? I was a quarrelsome young man. At 19, I left Corinth for Rome to study rhetoric at one of her finest academies. So I could argue. Back then, I used to enjoy verbally sparring with everyone I could. And I was good. One night I found myself. It became heated. He drew a gladius, and I won the argument, but lost my life. I settled in, made friends, and learned what I could, quickly realizing our little commute. So I began looking for a place to hide underground. Fortunately, I returned to my friends above, persuaded them to join me, and 12 of us descended for the last time. I'm afraid I am the only one left. Some from malnutrition, others. It has been lonely. Before my unexpected. They are one and the same. The Romans.
Oh.
My generation was wiped out, turned to gold many years ago. I think it's safest to assume that if I was to return, I fear that if you were to utter my name in the city, even by mistake, that Hades would hear you. Living in darkness is not without it. And sometimes, when there are Greek people living, the greater challenge is the isolation. So I like to imagine, like so many things in life, as you seek the plaque,
Genau.
it is a cursed object, and I would be I will tell you, but you may find him hostile. Very few know this, but before the Romans came to this city, it was when the Romans came, in typical fashion, they claimed it as their own, built over everything that could be built. Thus, the shrine of Persephone became the and when they found an obelisk bearing the name Hades, and the city's dwindling Greek residents witnessing this they gathered their art and valuables, secreted them away through the temple of Demeter. I'm getting to that. You see, it was an even older plaque, We had no idea until a year. As a result of their deaths, we began to dig catacombs branching off from the... We extended the tunnel so far that we accidentally discovered another. Suddenly it made sense why there was an out of... You see, we proud Greeks had thought the Romans beasts. But it turns out this game has been going on much longer. I think it is best you head through the catacombs.
Okay.
There are certain things you must take this...
Verrostete alte Schlüssel. Perfekt.
I enjoy it.